What's going on, everybody? Mike Go back, and today I have a quick video, a little tutorial on how to list baseball cards on eBay using variations. I've had a few people ask me how I do this, and they requested that I do a tutorial, so I'm going to do the best I can here in a brief video. So what are variations? Variations is a tool that eBay has that allows you to list similar items all in one listing. For this, and what I use it for, is usually something like refractors, insert cards, or cards from the same set. So you have to do a generic kind of listing, a title, and then they allow you to create variations. So it's, all the same product, but a different version of a card. And I'm going to do this with 2017 Topps Chrome Update refractors, which are the parallels to the base cards. And this way, instead of sitting there having to do, say, 25 different listings, which of course will cost you money or use up free listings, and spending all that time doing separate ones, you can just do it all under one listing. Someone clicks on this item on eBay and they have the drop-down menu and they can keep selecting and adding to the cart whichever cards they need. Allows you to do different prices and stuff like that. So it's pretty easy, and I don't believe you can do it on your cell phone. I think you have to do it on the desktop, which is what I'm doing. And if you're familiar with listing stuff on eBay, everything is very similar. You do have to have it in the fixed price mode. And when you do, you have this button here under category, this here, variations, and all you do is click on variations, and this menu comes up. Now, in the past, I've done really big listings with like 100 different cards, and the system can get slow, so I recommend doing a few at a time and saving it so you don't run into issues with it not saving and then you have to redo it all. So basically, you have all this information here, and this isn't stuff we need. We're just going to create our own variations. And I'm just going to list a few different cards here at once. So what I usually do is the number. So this is card number 11. And the name, Derek Fisher. And then you click the add button. And now you see there's another option there. So we're just going to do that a few times. We're going to create our own again. Now, another issue is if you do this all out of order, it will not auto-sort it or anything like that. And not that it really has to be, but I do think it's easier if someone's looking at your listing. They're probably going to want to see them in number order. So I sort the cards ahead of time and just make sure that I put it in that order. So that way the drop-down menu, someone can be like, okay, I need number 14, I need number 16, let me grab them. So we'll do a couple more here and then just type them in. So variations are fairly easy. If you do add pictures and stuff like that, it can be time consuming. If I do a lot of cards all from the same set, honestly, I'll do like one photo of a card and have it up on the listing, and then I just kind of don't bother with the pictures. If someone requests a picture of the card, they want to see it, I'm happy to do that. We'll click add on that. Then we want to hit continue. Once you hit continue, you get this little menu here. You get some photos. So we can bring more photos into this, I believe. We're going to have to do maybe card attributes. Yeah, card attributes. And then we can add some more photos. So I have, I did actually scan all of these because there's not too many cards. Just matching up the right ones is the only issue. I believe they should all be from that picture. So that's going to load. I generally, if I do something like this, will scan 6 cards at a time. If I'm doing single listings or very pricey cards, I will do one at a time. Just kind of want to do that. Again, I don't think have to add pictures to every single thing, but generally I am doing that here, and I'll do it. It's obviously helpful. You'd rather have pictures than not have pictures. Obviously you want to make sure you have the right card. So eBay's gotten really good with some of their tools here. So you can do it fairly quickly. But again, like anything, like this, it can be kind of tedious at times, and I'm sure it's not the most exciting video content to watch. Someone listing stuff on eBay can't be any more fun than actually listing it. But again, if you're collecting, what I always tell people is, I collect for the fun of it, but things are expensive. So when you open a product, you have to decide what you want to keep for your collection, and it's just inevitable that you're going to have to move some cards. You can't keep everything. I mean, I guess if you're in the right financial state, you can just keep everything and not worry about it, but I don't see how people do it, especially if you break product and have fun. I don't know how you have the room for it, and I don't know how you can, kind of put out all that money and not just get a little bit back. So I certainly encourage people to sell some of their extra stuff, if you're into trading and stuff like that. And, you can give some stuff away from time to time as well, stuff like that. But, there's always money to be made to just reinvest in the hobby, because this can be an expensive hobby. Anyway, we got all those pictures saved, so that is beneficial. Now, since we've saved them under each name, we've saved the correct picture, it will add the photo down here. This stuff, the UPC, all that, you don't have to worry about. But if you do have multiple cards, you can change the quantity. So sometimes I'll list 2 of a card if I have it. And then over in this column is where we can list the price. So these are actually really limited refractors. They're only numbered to 250. So I'm going to start them a little higher. Sometimes I would list these for more like $1 to $2, depending on them being stars, but I don't think there's many out there. They're all serial numbered. I guess theoretically I could put a serial number in here, but I chose not to do that. I'm going to put these all for $3.99. None of them are very popular players. So just looking up again. It's our default photo, yeah. So once we have this information in there, because you need the quantity and you need the price, and if you want to add the photos, this is how you have to do it. We're going to hit save and close. This is where it can take a few minutes sometimes to save that information. Since it's only 5 cards, it didn't take very long, but I've seen in the past where I've done like 50, 75, and 100, where it's really long and it just gets to the point where it's clearly stalled out. So now you can see here under variations, it has a number of 5 variations, and it lists the card attributes. And then you just kind of have the rest of your information. The more that you can add into your eBay listing, the better. I don't think you need to fill out every single thing, but I usually try and fill out as much as I can. Obviously, a lot of this is more for single cards than what we have going on right here. And they are all serial numbered. So I have a kind of a generic listing. I just put your choice, put stuff like that because it isn't for a single card. Down here under price and quantity, this reflects your prices. If you had some for $1.50 and some for $8, that would change. Shows your total quantity. And something you're going to want to do for sure is make sure you have the shipping set right. You do want each additional item purchase to be free. At least, you could do 50 cents or whatever you want to do. I personally just do a flat thing, and that encourages people to, hopefully buy more than just one of these cards. If one's all they need, that's fine. But, if they're looking to make a set and you have 4, 5, 6 that they need, you want to encourage that. And honestly, the shipping's not going to cost you any more. I do have it saved as a flat shipping rule, so that's something right there. And then after that, you're basically ready to list it. These are saved, so I can go in here. I can scroll back up and click Edit Variations, and I can add another one if I'd like. We can go back to right here, click Edit, create your own. So then we can do number 38, Kendrys Morales, and hit add. And then we have Carlos Correa next. The other good thing about this, so I type Carlos Correa in here, and this will actually show up in the search. If someone, you got to type his name right, of course, but if someone types Carlos Correa Topps Chrome Update Refractor, it's going to come up in the search, which is certainly a positive thing. So I added those two. Going to hit that. I think I usually just hit add automatically. So we got back to this page. We're going to add these photographs of Morales. It was in this one. Let's do a quick crop job. Hit save. Once it's saved, we can click on Correa, hit add photos. We can go down and find it. There's the Carlos Correa card. Give it a second. Crop it. And bring this in. Hit save. Obviously, generally you prefer to have your cards straight, but that's straight enough for these purposes. We're going to hit that save button. It is now saved. Again, the photographs are now saved. We go down here. If we did have two Morales, we could hit 2 there. Obviously, I only have 1. I'll leave that. I'll mark it $3.99. Correa. We'll start it at $5.99. Why not? You can always go in at some point and change these prices. So if a week goes by and nothing's really moving and you notice people have some stuff lower, you can come in here and edit it at any time after you've listed it, and you can change the price to, say, $2.99. And once you click off of it, it'll just save, and you'll hit save there. So that is pretty much all you have to do. If you do have stuff listed and you want to come in and change it, same thing. You can come in here, say I decide to give this card away, and then this one gets chewed up by the dog. I can come into this listing and just hit the delete buttons and hit save, and then you're good to go. So we got this updated. We're going to hit save and close. Again, you give it a moment or two to save. Give this a moment. You see the little swirl. Alright, and then we see that the number of variations has increased to 7, and we see the list, updated list, and then that's basically all you need to do. I do believe that you do need to add all your variations before you publish it. Once you do, you can change the quantities, the price, you can delete variations, you can delete different options of what you have for sale, but I don't believe you can add any once the item has been listed. I could be wrong. You might be able to add stuff, but just maybe not until someone buys something. But to be safe, I would recommend listing them, adding all the variations before you actually list the item. So, of course, when you're done, just check everything, make sure everything's updated. Like I said, be careful with the shipping. You can adjust stuff after people buy it, but most likely people are gonna want to just buy it and have it go to the right price immediately. So then you just click list item and you're good to go. I have a few more to add to this, so I'm going to take care of that now and then have this up and available for sale. But I appreciate you guys checking out this. I hope it was helpful. Comment below, let me know what you think. If you have any more specific questions, feel free to ask them down below as well. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have yourselves a great one. Alright guys, I left you there without actually hitting the submit button on the listing. Once I did, I realized, I wanted to give you a chance to see what the listing looked like after you completed it. So this listing is now up. It is for sale, and it's been completed. You can see the title here. And this is what I was talking about with the variations. It gives you a chance, it gives the buyer a chance to go through and choose what card they may want. So they may need the Derek Fisher, or perhaps they need Kendrys Morales. Unfortunately, it looks like I did not have the right photo on that one, so I will have to go back and fix that. But hopefully the rest are good. Orlando Arcia, you see you have the right photograph there. Chris Sale. So, people can go around and pick the ones they want. The price changes from card to card. We see $349 for Matt Adams. And then I have I do have Yadier Molina a little higher, 549. Somehow it looks like there's some issues with some of the photos, so you obviously always want to go through and double check everything. So I will go through and make those adjustments, but just wanted to give you a chance to see what I'm talking about with variations and how your listing should look when it is complete. Alright, again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys